let's do this. So good morning or hello, my friends, and welcome to this video. My name is Stas, and in this training, I'm going to be covering some absolute gold with you because we're going to be covering the law of attraction. You've all heard of the law of attraction, but how does it really work? Okay, I'm going to really break down exactly how it works, but more importantly, how you can use it practically today. Then we're going to cover how to sell anything to anyone, even if you suck at selling, or you hate selling, or you think selling is sleazy or cheesy, and all that kind of stuff. Then we're going to cover the only 4 things you need to do to have a successful online business. Whether you want to make 10 grand a month, 50 grand a month, even 100 grand a month, you just do these 4 things, and I promise you, you will get there. It's really not that hard. I don't know what you've heard elsewhere from the gurus. I really don't like that term. I don't like being called a guru, but it's only 4 things that you really have to do, okay? I'm gonna cover those 4 things as well. Then we're gonna talk about building buyers, building an audience of buyers for free, okay? Using Facebook. How do you build a list of buyers? Because it's all well and good having an audience of people, but if they don't engage with your stuff, if they don't buy from you, what is the point? It's all about building buyers rather than building a list. And we're going to finish off with your personal blueprint, where you are going to be able to download my 0 to 10K blueprint at the end. And I also have a special mission to tell you about, which I'm going to tell you about at the end. So I'm on a mission, okay? And this year has been super, super successful for me, for my clients, for my students. But I'm going to tell you about a little mission that I've got at the end. So you're going to want to make sure you stick around because you're definitely going to want to hear about the mission. So that's what we're going to cover today. But first of all, who am I? Who is Stas? Okay, so Stas is the founder of clientsandconsulting.com. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. I've been doing this a while. I've coached hundreds of people to successfully start and scale their own businesses. And my business, okay, we have got several awards in the industry. So I'm going to just show you some of them because I've got some of them here. So the first one, 10K in 30 days. You can probably all see that, okay? Then we've got 50K in 30 days. The Stas, clientsandconsulting.com. And then, this is the big one. We have 100K in 30 days, okay? I'm actually going to collect my other award, which is when you surpass £1 million in sales, you get given an award, so I'm going to collect that. But look, the reason I'm showing you this is just so that you know, I know what I'm talking about. And look, all you have to do is take action on the stuff that I'm telling you. I'm really no one special. I used to work in a car park. So I used to work for a company called Purple Parking, if you've ever heard of it. So all I've ever done is I've just taken action. That's it. And the results have come. And each and every one of you can do this. And the first thing we're going to start with is the law of attraction. And you're going to see how everything ties into the awards, my results, and to maybe your beliefs, okay, by using the law of attraction. So I'm Stas. I have a successful company. I have several successful online ventures. And I'm going to share with you absolutely everything that I know without holding back so that you can get the kind of results that I'm seeing as well. So let's commence with the first lesson. And the first lesson is all about the law of attraction, okay? Have you seen The Secret? Or have you read The Secret, the book, whether you've seen it on Netflix, on TV, maybe on YouTube, doesn't matter. But have you seen The Secret? And the answer to that question is, yeah, probably 90% of us have watched The Secret, have read the book, but still, I believe that they missed out certain key elements of that, of the whole, concept that many people still don't understand The Secret. So for them, The Secret is still a secret, or they've just, left some key things out. Okay, so let me know in the chat if you have seen The Secret. Love to know whether you have or you haven't. And what we're going to cover now is the greatest human emotion. What is the greatest human emotion? Okay, the number 1 human emotion. I'm going to draw this in red. So what is the greatest human emotion? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. The greatest human emotion, okay, that drives all of us to do the things we need to do to take action on the things we need to do to build our businesses, to wake up in the morning, to go to work, to spend time with our family, to go to the gym, whatever it is expectation. Okay? That is the greatest human emotion. Think about it. You woke up today, you're on this training video, and you expect to learn something. So you have an expectation to learn something on this training session. Okay, that's your expectation, which is good. But you have to be careful because there's two types of expectation, okay? There's two types of outcome. And we have a positive outcome, which is what you're all experiencing right now. You're here, you're watching this training, and you expect a positive outcome. So that fills you with a certain emotion, which we're going to cover in a second. What's the flip side of that? Well, it's a negative expectation. Okay? It's a negative expectation. So let me show you how this works, first and foremost. So everything we do in life is about expectation. So let's start off with the positive one first, all right? So, and I'm going to show you how all of this ties into your results, to you taking action, to you maybe procrastinating certain things. So let's start with a positive experience. So let's carry on in that. So positive, okay? When you have a positive expectation of something, you are filled with anticipation, okay? And let's go one step further and let's call that happy anticipation, okay? You're anticipating anticipation. You are happy to anticipate a desirable outcome. It's something that you desire is going to happen. For example, let me give it to you this way. One thing I love, and I'm ashamed to admit it, is I love Domino's pizza. I love it. Like, if I'm on a diet and you said, Stas, let's get Domino's, I'm sorry, to my personal trainer, I'm getting a Domino's pizza. Why? Because my expectation is it's going to taste so good and I can taste it in my mouth, and that produces happy anticipation because I'm anticipating the pizza getting delivered through the door. I'm anticipating dipping it in the garlic and herbs. So even now you can probably see that I'm getting excited talking about it, okay? So as a result, I will never procrastinate, delay ordering a Domino's pizza. Why? Because my expectation is it's going to be an amazing experience. I'm going to love it. I'm going to enjoy it. So I have happy anticipation to order that Domino's. All right. So, and think about anything like, why are you happy today? Oh, well, I'm going on holiday next week. Great. You're in anticipation of that holiday. You never procrastinate going to the shops and getting some clothes. And maybe when you are going on holiday, you might be happy to go to the gym because, I want to look good on the beach or whatever it is. Okay. It doesn't matter, but you get the concept. When you are expecting a desirable or a positive outcome, you are filled with happy anticipation. Like I am with the Domino's pizza. You can probably tell how excited I'm just talking about it. I might even get it tonight. Anyway, so that's a positive, okay? So now let's look at, well, what's a negative expectation do to us, okay? So what do I mean by negative? So if you are expecting something negative to happen to you, okay? For example, you get flashed by a speed camera on the motorway, on the road whilst you're driving. What is your expectation? I've been caught. Every single day you wake up, you check the post, you check the mail for our American fans, and you are in expectation of a fine, of a speeding ticket, of maybe points, or being sent to go to a special driving course or whatever it is for speeding. So you have a negative expectation, okay? And do you know what a negative expectation produces? It produces, and I'm sorry if I spelled this wrong, apprehension. It produces apprehension. okay? You are, everything seems like a burden. It's like, checking the mail, because you've painted this picture that you are expecting a fine to come through, okay? You're expecting points on your license. You're expecting your insurance company to put up your premiums. You're expecting to be petrified of every speed camera you ever see on the road. You're in a state of apprehension. And do you know what apprehension leads to? It leads to and again, please excuse my spelling, procrastination, okay? So you procrastinate. You end up procrastinating anything you want to do, okay? Because you are in expectation of a negative, undesirable outcome. And as a result, you procrastinate. You don't get in your car. You don't go driving. You don't go to the gym, whatever. And that's all it is. So remember, how do we use the law of attraction to achieve anything we want? Whether you want a better relationship, better finances, better business, a better looking body, any result that you desire, absolutely anything, okay? The greatest human emotion is expectation. Now, you can either expect to have a positive outcome, and if you expect to have a positive outcome, and it's so strong, you're going to produce happy anticipation. And when you produce happy anticipation, you attract that positive outcome into your life. However, if you expect a negative outcome, you are going to attract apprehension. You are going to procrastinate what you do. And you know what all of this is called? I'm going to do this in another color. I'm going to do this in black. All of this is called anxiety. Anxiety, okay? And I want to talk to you about anxiety because anxiety is not real, okay? Anxiety is something that we make up in our heads, a story that we tell ourselves that is in a future moment that hasn't happened and it's not true. Think about it. I'll tell you a story about me. Many years ago, when I first started driving, I was driving and I went through a light that, it was orange, amber, or red, whatever you want to call it, but I got flashed. The camera flashed me. And because I had just started driving, literally less than a year, I thought, oh no, it's all over. That's it. Because if you get points and what happened? I was expecting a negative outcome, a negative result. I was in a state of apprehension and I was in a state of anxiety. Why? Because I had already researched that, it's 6 points if you get caught going through a red light. If you get 6 points in your first 2 years of driving, your license gets taken away. You've got to do your test again. Oh, your insurance company, your premiums are going to go up. Oh, my dad's going to kill me. He's going to take my car away. This is many years ago. And I was in a state of anxiety. But let me ask you a key question. Is anything what I've just said to you about the premiums, my dad taking a car away from me, true? Is it fact? No. None of it is fact. It's just a story that I've made up in my head because that's what I'm expecting. And if I'm expecting that to happen to me, guess what? I'm going to attract that to me. I'm going to attract my dad taking my car away, my premiums going up, my license being disqualified from or taken away from me, and I'm going to have to do all that again. So that creates a negative expectation, and that is anxiety. Now, I want to talk to you about fear versus anxiety, because fear can actually help you, okay? But anxiety does not help you one single bit. So let me tell you the difference. Fear is when you're presented with immediate danger right here, right now. So if I'm standing in this room with all this equipment around me, my team in the background, and all the rest of it, and a fire breaks out over there, and it gets closer and closer to me, there's nothing to be anxious about. That's fear. Get out. Like, press the fire alarm. Get out of here. That's fear. Fear serves you, okay? Another example, if you're standing at a huge high mountain and it's super windy and you kind of get to the edge, it's like, and you're fearful of falling down, that's fear. Because fear is going to save you from being blown over the edge and get away from the edge. Okay, fear can actually serve you, so it can help you. But anxiety never, ever serves you. Anxiety brings those apprehensions, and apprehensions bring with it procrastination, okay, as well. Think about it. Another example, if you go to the gym, if you want to get fit and healthy like me, okay, I've hired a personal trainer recently because I think it's time to, change my physical shape, all right? So I've hired a personal trainer. And my expectation now when I go to the gym is I'm going to feel good. I'm going to have an amazing workout. I can't wait to see Aaron. He's going to put me through my paces. And when I get out of the gym, I'm going to feel amazing. So what does that do? That creates a happy anticipation. So I am happy to go gym. I'm anticipating a positive outcome when I go gym. Whereas before I hired a personal trainer, I would wake up in the morning and I'd be like, oh, I gotta go gym today. And because I had no one there to tell me what to do, whether I'm doing it right, whether I'm doing it wrong, it was like, well, I could just lay in my bed a bit longer. It's a bit cold outside or it's raining. Yeah, and that creates a sense of, apprehension, anxiety, and, all that kind of stuff. And then I end up saying to myself, well, it's cold, it's raining, so I don't really want to get fit anyway because I'm going to be wearing lots of layers. And then, anxiety, okay? So it's all about expectation. So, in order to achieve anything you want to achieve, you've got to learn to expect the right outcome for you, okay? So if you want to make money, if you want to start a business and you want to make 10 grand a month, 50 grand a month, 100 grand a month, but your expectation is, oh, well, this is going to be hard. Oh, I can't use a computer. Oh, I suck on camera. Oh, I have nothing to sell. Oh, all these things. Guess what that's called? That's called anxiety. That's you telling yourself a story that isn't even true. It's not even true because you haven't even started or doing it yet. So you create that, undesirable outcome for yourself before you've even started. So guess what happens? You end up feeling apprehensive about anything, any product, any service, any online course, any coaching program. You are filled with anxiety because it's like, oh, well, that will never work for me. No, because I can't do that. Or, oh, no. He's good on camera. Look, he's young. Yeah, he's young. I'm old. Yeah, I have nothing to sell. Or I work a full-time job. Or, anxiety. And anxiety is what will lead you to procrastination, my friends. Okay? It's as simple as that. But what should you do instead? Well, instead, learn to expect a happy, positive, favorable outcome. What is that? Okay, if you're just starting out, wow, when I get to 10K, wow. Like imagine you got up every day knowing that, wow, very soon I'm gonna be making 10 grand a month from my online business. That's gonna create happy anticipation in you, in your mind. You're gonna jump out of bed with a spring in your step, and you're going to love doing what you do, right? So, in order to achieve anything, learn to create a favorable outcome in your mind and block out this story. Because remember, anxiety never serves you. But, fear can, but we're not talking about fear right now. We're talking about anxiety. Never serves you. So all those stories you make up in your head as to why you can't do it, it's not true. It's just your opinion. And if you believe that, if that's what you expect, you're going to attract that. Like me, listen, making money is easy. Making money is easier right now than it ever has been before, even though it doesn't feel like it. And I'll tell you why it doesn't feel like it, maybe for you, if you're watching this, is because you expect it to be hard. And if you expect it to be hard, anxiety creeps in. Oh, it's hard. But guess what? I've gotten over that. Making money, it's easy. I do it in my sleep. So guess what? I attract a positive outcome that fills me with anticipation. That's why here, I absolutely love what I do. And hopefully you can see the passion, right? And let me show you one key thing. When you expect a positive outcome, okay? A positive outcome in whatever you're doing, whether it's health, wealth, relationships, doesn't matter, okay? You end up basically taking action to do the thing you want to do because you're in anticipation, okay? So then you end up using the law of attraction. So if you're in a positive state of expectation, guess what? You end up being in a state of action. And it's that action that will get you the results. I hope you are really getting what I'm trying to say to you. If you're not, go back and watch this again, okay? So, one more time, because this is so important. Learn to create a favorable outcome for you in life, in business, in relationships, in health, doesn't matter, okay? And then that's going to produce happy anticipation. And if you expect a positive outcome, if you expect to get married, expect to have a baby, expect to make 100 grand a month, expect to do anything else, whatever it is, okay? Then what's going to happen is you are going to use the law of attraction to attract the things to you, and then you'll be at action to do the things you want to do to achieve what you want to achieve, all right? I hope you really understand that. So stop telling yourself that BS story about, oh, I'm not good at computers. I have nothing to sell. I can't do camera. That's all false, okay? That's all false. That's all a myth. And all you're going to do is you're just going to procrastinate forever. How many years have you been doing this? Like, remember, negative stories in your head produce apprehension, produce procrastination, produce anxiety. Learn to create positive expectations in your mind and wake up expecting to do the things and to have the things you want to have. That's going to create happy anticipation. And then you're really going to use the law of attraction, and you're going to be, when you're in a state of anticipation, you will be in a state of action. Okay. And that, my friends, is how you use the law of attraction. I really hope that I've drilled this into you, because honestly, this is more important than any mechanical stuff I'm going to teach you, any Facebook traffic, any selling techniques, absolutely anything. This is the key to a successful business. This is the key to a successful relationship, to a successful body, to a successful healthy state of mind, body, and soul, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so honestly, start to expect and remember. Okay, remember. Here we go. The greatest human emotion is expectation. So I want to ask you a question. It might be a personal one. You don't need to answer it. You can if you want. But what do you expect in your life? Do you expect to wake up on Monday morning, it's going to be doom and gloom, and I've got to go back to my 9 to 5? Or do you expect to be working on your business, to be working on yourself, and expect the results to come? You see? And once you ask yourself what you expect, you know, I've just shown you which road you're going to go down. And I think I know which road you want to go down. So the greatest human emotion is expectation. So the way you use the law of attraction is you expect only the best things to happen to you. And then you are going to attract those things. You're going to be in a state of anticipation, and you're going to be at action. All right. I can see a lot of comments coming in. I'll catch it. So you guys are loving it, which I'm very pleased. Good. All right. Remember, law of attraction is the law of action. I feel happy about sharing that message with you today. All right. So the next thing we're going to cover is how to sell anything to anyone. Okay? How to sell anything to anyone. Oh, well, you know, I suck at sales. What? Wait, even that, I suck at sales. Expectation. No, you don't. That's just a story you've told yourself. Okay, so let me tell you, people will only ever pay you for one thing. So if you want to make money, The money you want to make is in someone else's pocket. It might be in my pocket. I don't know. It might be in, someone else's pocket on the street. But all the money you want to make in the world is in someone else's pocket. You just need to know how to get it. How do you get that money? All right. Well, you provide them value, if I can spell, in the form of results. Okay. That's it. That's all you got to do. You got to provide people value in the form of results, and then they're going to give you all the money in the world to you for whatever it is you want. That's it. Okay, but, well, Stas, how do I give value? I don't know about value. Wow. You probably, let me tell you one thing. The price is never the problem. The price is just never, ever, ever a thing. But you've got to understand the 4 levels of value before you can start to get all that money. And I'm going to quickly explain the 4 levels of value to you. So, and by the way, this is something that I decided or I made up. This is what society has decided. There we go. So we've got 4 levels of value. And the lowest level of value in the world is implementation. Okay? So what does that mean? That means society, the world, has decided if you are an implementer at something, doesn't matter whether you build websites, you sweep the streets, whether you build whiteboards or cameras, if you are an implementer at something, if you do the thing that you do, you are in the lowest level of value. Okay? And these people usually, the highest level of money they might earn, 50, 60 grand a year. That's it. Okay? But that's what society has decided. So if you're implementing in your business, that's the lowest level of value. The next level of value is unification. Well, what's unification, Stas? Well, unification is where you no longer implement, you unify, in other words, manage a bunch of implementers to do the task that you want them to do. And you are a manager of those people, okay? So that's the second level of that. And these people might earn, up to 80, 90, maybe 100 grand at one of the top FTSE 100 or S&P 500 companies, okay? So if you're a managerial position, the manager at McDonald's earns more than the person that says, "Hi, can I take your order, please?" Okay, it's just the way it is. But the next level of value is communication. Okay, communication. What is communication? Well, communication is when you communicate a message to the world, and then you get a bunch of unifiers to manage a bunch of implementers to perform a task. Let me give you an example. Tony Robbins, what does he do? Does he build his own websites? Does he build his own Facebook ads campaigns and promotional campaigns? No. He communicates a message to the world. He has his managers, his unifiers that manage everything for him, and they get a bunch of implementers to do the legwork, to do the heavy lifting. So all Tony Robbins does is communicate his message to the world. This, my friends, is also known as selling, okay? Now, you've got to understand something, that selling is what makes the world go round, okay? If all the salespeople in the world today went on strike, none of us would have any money. The whole economic system would shut down. Because the reason I have money in my pocket, you have money in your pocket, is because someone sold something. Even if you have a job and you're not in a sales role, there are salespeople at your company because they have to sell. Somebody sold me this marker pen. Somebody sold me this whiteboard, this laptop, all this equipment that I've got around here. Somebody sold me some courses, some coaching, whatever it is, okay? Someone somewhere sold me something. But here's the thing. You got to understand that selling is not shoving things down someone's throat that they don't want, can't afford, or don't need. Selling is communicating a message so well and so clear that those people want to give you their money because they want what you've got. That's what selling is. And I believe the number one skill as an entrepreneur is to learn how to communicate to people. And when you learn how to communicate, you're going to learn how to sell. And when you learn how to sell, guess what? That's where you cash in on the money. Now, communication level of the 4 levels of value, here's where you become a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, maybe, probably not a billionaire, but a multi-millionaire, okay? Think about it. Great example I always use is Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is an MMA fighter, okay? But what does he do? He communicates a message to, he's the best, and he's got all these crazy tattoos, and he just has got this captive audience of people that he sells his message to. They all go and buy UFC tickets, and as a result, he makes many millions of pounds, okay? He is a communicator, all right? People like Jonathan Ross in the UK, people like Ellen in the US, or James Corden, they are communicators. They communicate a message, and then they get their unifiers to manage the implementers. And the highest level of value, I need a bit more room here, imagination. Okay? So this is where there's no limit to what you can imagine. There's a limit here because there's only 24 hours in a day. There's a limit here. There's even a limit here. But in your imagination, there is no limit. And let me show you how this works in real life. First of all, let me ask you, what stage are you at in life or business? Whether you have a job, are you an implementer? Are you a unifier? Or are you a salesperson? Probably you're not in the imagination category, but which one are you? Let me know. And also, if you have a business, are you working in your business or are you working on your business? Very key. If you want to make more money, and if you want to learn how to sell anything to anyone, you've got to move up the value ladder, my friends. So let me show you how this works. In the form of a hotel, funnily enough. So, Hilton Hotels. I'm staying in the Hilton really soon, actually. So, here is Hilton Hotels. Here's the front door. Here's all the bedrooms over here. Now, I'm not going to draw all of them, but you get the idea. They've got the big Hilton sign here, and everything is fantastic. This is the front door, okay? Here's the car park. That's a terrible car, but you get the idea, all right? So, the person who created Hilton, Mr. Hilton, I forgot his name, he imagined how amazing would it be to have a luxury hotel where people can stay, come, do business meetings and all that other stuff. He imagined that in his mind. He then communicated that message to his salespeople that went on and sold his imagination. They sold the dream. They sold the vision of, having this amazing hotel. So they sold, venture capitalists, investors to put money into his vision, his dream to build this hotel. Once they were building it, guess what? Once it was built, they got a bunch of unifiers, unifiers to manage a bunch of implementers. So, and this is how it works, does the person that waits on tables, cleans the rooms, earn more money than the manager? No. Does the manager of the hotel earn more money than the salespeople? No. And do the salespeople earn more money than the person who created the whole idea? No. So there you go. So, the implementers are people like kitchen staff, the porters, the valeters that take your car, the cleaners and all that kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with those people, but society has decided that that is the lowest level of value. So if we implement something, then we are probably really tired, overworked and underpaid. But if you just go at one level, a manager doesn't get nowhere near as physically as exhausted as someone in the kitchen or the cleaner or whatever, because the unifier just has to manage these people to make sure they're doing their job properly. And then if you get good at communicating and selling, you can then have a bunch of managers that manage the implementers that, work on your business. And look, if you are at this stage where you have imagination, amazing, okay? Credit to you, because these are people like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, that imagine something, and then, they communicated their message to the world, and then they got a bunch of unifiers, that got a bunch of implementers to sell. So that's the 4 levels of value. Hopefully that's opened up your mind. But the other question is, well, let me tell you one thing. If you want to sell something to anyone, price is never the problem. Okay? It's never the problem. Okay? Right. And this leads me on to my next point. I charge £50,000 to work with me. Who wants it? Who's in? I'm going to demonstrate how this is never a problem. 50 grand to work with me for a year. Who wants to work with me? Anyone? Let me know in the comments. Or if you're watching this, do you want to work with me? It's 50 grand. Okay, it's 50 grand to work with me. Now, at this point, okay, I've got some people saying yes, but look, at this point, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We'll send you the bank details and everything else. But look, at this point, I would expect 99% of people to say, no, I don't want to work with you, Stas, because I don't know the value of working with you. So actually, the price isn't the problem. It's always the value, okay? So it's always value over price, okay? And here's how I'm going to show you how working with me for 50 grand a year is going to seem like a drop in the ocean to you. So, and now we're going to move on to the only 4 things you need to do to be successful online. Let's do this in a blue pen. So, number 1, you need to increase the number of leads per month. If I ask you right now, how many leads did your business generate last month? 80–90% of people do not have a clue. Well, I have this website, and I have this funnel, and I've got this Facebook page, and I'm just there. I'm just trying to make it work. I'm sorry, you do not know exactly how many leads you generated. So the first thing is you need to increase the number of leads you generate per month. The second thing is you need to increase the conversion of those leads, okay, into buying, paying customers. That's it. The third thing, you need to create a HT offer. HT stands for high ticket. You need to create a premium offer. And number 4, you need to create a membership offer. Okay, that's it. Those are the only 4 things you need to do in business to get to 10K a month, 50K, 100K, even beyond 100K a month, like the award you saw. These are the only 4 things we do. That's it. It's actually very simple. So I don't know what you've heard and when you've heard it, but this is it. Okay, so let me show you. So let's imagine you are a complete novice. You're a complete beginner. Number 1 is to generate more leads. So I'm going to help you generate 100 leads per month. How are you going to do that, Stas? Well, have you heard of these amazing things called landing pages, lead magnets, free giveaways, competitions, quizzes, all that kind of stuff? All you need is 100 people to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in this thing you have. Like, it's not hard. So I'm going to help you generate 100 leads. Then I'm going to, because at the minute, let's say you're starting from scratch, your conversion rate is 0. Then I'm going to help you convert more leads to sales. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to help you sell your product and we're going to help convert. Let's just keep super, super conservative, 10%. 10% conversion initially. Okay, and let's say you're selling, I don't know, let's keep it super conservative, a £200 product. Whether that's a product that you own or whether that's the commission you get from selling other people's products. Okay, the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to help you create a high ticket offer. And that's going to be £1,000. Because you're only selling in the hundreds, so you're going to go to 1,000, okay? And what we're going to, so we're going to have 10 people buy at 200. I'm going to do it in another color in a second. And then you'll probably get, I'm being deadly honest with you, about the same amount of people buying your high ticket offer, okay? 10% buying. And then the fourth thing we're going to do is we're going to create a, let's just keep it super simple, a 99 per month offer. Whether that's support, whether that's some kind of membership offer, it doesn't matter, okay? And here, what you will generally find is more people convert here because, you know, price points and all that kind of stuff, so 20%. So let's just do the numbers. So you've got 100 leads. You are then converting at 10%. So you are making £2,000 here. And you've just started, by the way, you just started working with me and you're already making £2 grand a month, okay, which is 24 grand a year. Then you have a high ticket offer and you're getting 10% of people buy your high ticket offer, okay? Sorry, excuse me, 10% of these people buying your high ticket offer. So if you're getting 10 people buying that, then you're getting one person buying that. So you're making £1,000 per month. So that's another 12 grand a year. And then you're going to get 20% of these initial 10 people. So that's 2 people times 99 equals £200 per month. What's that? 2 grand, 2,400. So you're making 24K per year here. You're making 12K per year here. And you're making 2,400 per year here. Add all of that up, so 36, 38, and you are making, 38,400. 400 per year, per annum, from your online business. And we've only just started. I'm only helping you get 100 leads a month. Guess what we're then going to do? Let's do this in a different color. Let's do it in green, okay? We're then going to increase the number of leads. So let's just double everything. We're going to get 200 leads. We're going to have I'll tell you what, I'll just do it in another page to keep it simpler. So 200 leads, 20% conversion, and then next thing was the high ticket offer. So then we got 20% high ticket buyers, and then we've got 40% membership offer. Okay, so 200 leads a month, fantastic, Stas. You're converting at 20% of that £200 product. So now you are making let's do this in a different color, 4K a month over here. Now, then you're getting, now remember, 200 leads, 20% is 40 people. So 20% of 40 people is 8 people. So now you're making, so then you get 8 sales at 1K equals £8,000, okay? And then the membership offer, 40% of the 40 people, is 10, so we've got 4, 8, 12, 16. So you get 16 times £99 a month equals £1,600 per month. Excuse me while I quickly use my calculator for this equation. So now you're making 48,000 over here. Then you're making 8 times 12, 9,600. So you're making 48 grand over here. You're making 1,000 times 12. Yeah, you're making 96 grand over here, and you're making 2,200 over here. Add all those up, and you are making, bear with me, you are making 48, a total of, on the next page, 144,000 pounds per annum. Now let me ask you the question. It's 50 grand to work with me. Who wants in? Who wants in now? You see, and a lot more people obviously do, because I have just shown you how I'm going to get you to 150 grand a year business just by, just by doing two things really. We're generating more leads, we're converting at a higher rate, we've got a high ticket offer, and we've got a membership offer. That's it. So the price is never the problem. Okay, it's never the problem, because if you're a complete novice, we're going to get you to 40 grand a year, and then we're going to double everything you're doing. We're going to get you to 150 or 145 grand a year. So it's not that hard. So if you want to sell anything to anyone, you've got to learn to show the value. When the value is this big and the price is this big, they always buy. So the reason maybe you're struggling to sell something online, offline, is just because you're not showing enough value. You're coming in and you're saying, hey, this costs £200. Do you want it? Well, I don't know anything about it yet. What's it going to do for me? What's the result? And that is the problem. So learn to show the value. And also, I've kind of done 2 in 1 there. Remember, the only 4 things you need to do in business to get to 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, you need to increase the number of leads you're getting per month. You need to increase the conversion rate of those leads. You need to create a high ticket offer, and then you need to create a membership offer. That's it. 4 things, ladies and gentlemen, 4 things. That's all you need to do. Excellent. So hopefully this is making sense. Sorry, David's correcting me. It's 161,200 per year. Even more, David. Great stuff. 50 grand to work with me, and you're going to make 160 grand a year. It's a no-brainer, right? It's an absolute no-brainer. And now, quickly, I'm going to cover buying the audience. Buying the audience. So, building a list of buyers, sorry. Whether you have an audience or whether you don't have an audience, okay, I'm going to show you a little ninja trick that we've started implementing, which is gold. So, add, organic, doesn't matter. You're going to drive these people to a Facebook group. But, and you might say, oh, well, I've heard this all before, Stas. No. Anyway, let me show you, because you've definitely not heard of this before. Instead of doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to say, add organic to a landing page. Now, that landing page, and then let me show you what's going to happen at this landing page. You're going to have, I don't know the exact, I think it's like a little cross. You're going to have a Facebook pixel installed on this landing page, which means that you're going to collect all the data. It's a data collection exercise of all the people that want to join your group. Okay? So you're going to get Facebook to collect all that data of all the people that want to join your group. In other words, all the people that are interested in what you have to offer, you're going to collect that data. Then you're then going to go, yeah, join my group, and you can do selling in there, but that's for another subject, that's for another time. Then what you're going to do is you're going to say to Facebook, hey, Facebook, create me a look-alike audience based on these people that want my stuff. Okay, that's it. So if you want to build a list of buyers, very simply, I'll drop my lid here. It's very simple. All you have to do is create a landing page with a Facebook pixel code, drive people to that landing page, let Facebook harvest that data, and once it collects that data, you can then create a lookalike audience from this, from those people here. In other words, your ads are going to be far cheaper. Your cost per conversion is going to be far cheaper. Your cost per sale is going to be far cheaper. Your cost per lead generated is going to be far cheaper because you have told Facebook the exact type of person that wants your stuff. It's as simple as that. And honestly, this strategy is absolute gold. And this is how, you know, we've started implementing this and we've seen some absolutely amazing, amazing results. So, you know, if you do have a Facebook group, just insert a landing page before they get to that group, put a pixel in there and start collecting that data. And then when you run an ad, you can target that audience or a lookalike of that audience as well, and sell them whatever it is that you are selling. It really does not matter, okay? Cool. So I'm just making sure that I'm doing okay for time, and look, my time is almost up. I'm gonna quickly attend the Q&A box in a second. So let's catch up on all the questions before I hand over to the lovely Dee. So let's have a look. Implementation. Wow, excellent. So any questions on anything I've said, guys and girls, before I start wrapping up? Leslie says, yes, seen the secret. Indeed, they did miss a few things out. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So Shahid says, what is a Facebook pixel? A Facebook pixel is just a little bit of code that you get from Facebook, and it allows you to track the visitors or, you know, the interaction on your pages, on your websites, that kind of stuff. That's all Facebook is. Cool. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Jerry says, does the list collection work on either other platforms like Twitter and stuff like that? If you wanted it to work on Twitter, what you would need to do is, instead of installing a Facebook pixel, you install a Twitter pixel. But I do not recommend a Twitter pixel, if I'm honest, because Twitter's just nowhere near as powerful as Facebook. So don't use Facebook, don't use Twitter, use Facebook instead, or Instagram. Janice, is there a step-by-step guide on how to do this? Yes, I'll tell you more about that in a second. How do you get a Facebook pixel? Jay says, let me kind of show you in a second. So look, guys and girls, remember at the start of this session, I told you I'm on a mission, okay? And my mission is very, 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 very simple. LinkedIn pixel, listen, I'm not Chris. I'm going to leave all the LinkedIn stuff to Dee. She is the LinkedIn queen, and she's going to absolutely crush it in a moment when we introduce her. How much information do you need to collect on a landing page for Facebook to create a lookalike audience? You don't need to collect any information as such of the user. You just need to drive, I believe it's at least 100 people to that page in order for Facebook to create a lookalike audience from that, all right? So you don't actually need to create any data. So Ian, what you could do is, because if you want an email address just for joining a Facebook group, it's a bit too committal. Okay, it's you know, you're asking for too much. So all I do is I have a button that when they click the button, just redirects them to the Facebook group. So it's nothing, you know, they don't have to commit any of their personal information. However, that pixel, the Facebook pixel, which is up there somewhere, is tracking that information. David says, should you give away a free ebook on your landing page? Look, you don't have to. But any lead magnet will only entice people. If I was going to give away a free ebook, I would definitely collect their email address of some shape or form, because you know you're giving them something of value, so you want to make sure that you collect something from them. All right, cool. So anyway, guys and girls, just to kind of wrap things up, remember I said to you this morning or today that I'm on a mission. And my mission is very, 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 very clear. I'm looking for about 10 people that are highly motivated, that are committed to achieving results. And not only achieving results, but making 10 grand a month in the next 90 days. Remember what we spoke about, the law of attraction, more importantly, expectation. So who here, let me know in the chat, is motivated and committed to achieving 10 grand in 90 days? Okay, let me know, because I'm going to show you how you can be part of this mission with me personally and my team. Okay, so we've got Alex, yes. Alan, me. David, me. Okay, Chris, yes, trying. Okay, listen. Let me put it to you this way, okay? I'm committed to achieving results. It is my absolute mission to help all the people that are serious about doing this. And look, if you want to be part of this mission, because it's not going to be around, it's not going to be around for long, I have somewhere where you can apply. So you can apply for this mission. If you go to, and I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So if you go to bit.ly, get me to 10K. So if you go to bit.ly, get me to 10K, as I said, I'm only looking for about 10 people, okay? 10 people to achieve this mission. Now, just to be very, very clear, okay? This is not free because we deliver premium results. And if you, for whatever reason, you don't get the 10K within the 90 days, it doesn't mean it's going to take you 90 days. It's going to be within 90 days. But for whatever reason, if you don't achieve the 10K within 90 days, you will stay with me and my team until you achieve the 10K. It's as simple as that. So if you don't do it within 90 days, don't worry. You're going to stay with us until you do, because honestly, the most important thing to me is results. That's the only thing I care about, is results, which is why I'm committed to helping you achieve the results that you want to achieve. So look, if you want to be part of this mission, I'm only looking for about 10. Click on that link and fill in the application form. And then you can book in a time to speak to me and my team personally to see if we're a good fit to work together. And then if we are a good fit, fantastic. Let's get the ball rolling and let's start to make it happen. And remember, you stay with us, you stay on the program, on the mission until you get there. Okay, we don't kick you out, you stay until you get there. So it's kind of like you can't fail, so to speak. All right, so you can't fail. So click the link and start filling your applications in. Like I said, I've only got about 10 places for that particular mission, should we say. So yeah, make sure you grab a slot while you can. And let me just jump back into the chat. Any other questions from anybody, guys and girls, before I wrap this up and hand over to Dee? A bit conscious of time, obviously, because I probably overran a little bit. So apologies, Dee. Any other questions from anyone else in the room, on the Alan says, great presentation. You're very welcome. Thank you very much, Alan. Any other questions? Oh, by the way, if you haven't already, one second. If you haven't already, please go ahead and follow me on Instagram. So Leon, it depends on the circumstances. So I can't answer that now because we don't know how much help you're going to need. But and same with Anthony. So the only thing I would say is that people are asking about cost. Look, what you really got to ask yourself is what's more important, the price of something or the value of something? And if we're going to get you to 10K, let me put it to you this way. The cost is, more than a holiday, but not as much as a luxury car. Let's put it that way. It's somewhere in between that price point, okay? So it is completely manageable for absolutely every single one of you. You just got to ask yourself is, how serious are you about achieving those results? Because we're committed. Like, it is my absolute mission to make this happen. And I haven't had a chance, but we've taken loads of people to 10K, over the last few months. So I thought, okay, well, let me do this exercise again, because clearly we're good at what we do, and you've seen the results for yourself. So look, the cost, it's more than a holiday, but not as much as a luxury car. Let's put it that way, okay? So it's completely manageable for absolutely everyone. The only thing I can say is fill in the form, fill in the application, book the call, and then me and my team will get on the phone with you, or probably me, to see if we're a good fit. If we're a good fit, we'll make it happen, okay? That's kind of what I can say on that. So hopefully that answers your question. So Anthony, Leon, get the forms filled in, and I'll probably speak to you next week. And everyone else, in the meantime, if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram, because I do a lot of amazing lives on there, a lot of amazing content on there, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, because again, I release amazing videos each and every week where you can learn some of the stuff that I've been sharing with you today. So follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you want to join my free community, so my free Facebook community, where again, we do the training, there's the link for that there as well. So that's pretty much it, guys and girls, for today, from me anyway. For those of you that want to be part of the mission, amazing. Start filling those forms in. We're only looking for 10 people. So if it lets you fill in the form, it means there's still a space. But if you get to the page and it doesn't let you fill in the form, it means we've reached capacity. And also, for those of you that haven't already, follow me on Instagram, YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and join my free Facebook community, because we honestly give some absolute gold in those groups on the YouTube channel and Instagram.